look at our winter storm update. Once again, we want to apologize from the Weather Channel here. We're having some problems with the power, and located in Atlanta, Georgia, we're kind of in the heart of the storm right now, and we're keeping an eye on it for you, and we're going to continue to do so throughout the afternoon hours, so stay with us here. And we're noticing that we've had already record snows. Birmingham, Alabama, Chattanooga, Tennessee, both coming in with about 13 inches of snow on the ground. That is new records for them. Atlanta, Georgia, the snow is coming on down now with the winds. And of course, you can imagine, as you've seen at home there, problems with the power. And that's going to be the case with this storm because the winds are whipping in out of the northwest right now throughout Atlanta at about 37 to 40 miles an hour as this thing is cooking on by. We're going to take you in for a closer look then. Now the storm system is moving into eastern parts of Georgia. We're getting a wraparound now with the northwesterly winds, and those winds in fact are affecting parts of Florida as well. So the entire state right now under a high wind advisory for at the afternoon hours. Florida was hit very hard last night with tornadoes, and even a couple of people lost their lives around Tampa due to the very strong storms that whipped through the area. That's just one effect of this storm. The other effect, of course, is the snow and the very heavy rains that are occurring, especially along the North Carolina coast at this hour around Elizabeth City. Take cover, folks, because we have had reports of tornadoes, in fact, in parts of North Carolina as this thing is coming on through. So look for coastal flood watches for the western shores of Florida for today, as we're going to have very, very strong winds, as I mentioned, and then we're also going to keep in mind that we do have coastal flood warnings all up and down the northeastern part of the country. Here's some snowfall totals. As I mentioned, Birmingham and Chattanooga, those are all-time records for those two cities. Asheville, North Carolina, 13 inches. Marietta, Georgia now with 6 inches, which is just a suburb of Atlanta here. And we are talking about major snow coming down. I mean, you know, even 6 inches up in the north may not seem like a lot to a lot of people, but when this happens in the south, it really does paralyze a lot of the cities. And even for the folks in Mobile, Alabama, I mean, you have to imagine this is along the Gulf Coast, and we're talking about a couple of inches of snow here. Snow's just starting around New York City over the last couple of hours. We've already seen 3 inches of snow, and it's snowing very heavily right now around the Newark, New Jersey area. Very heavy snows coming down as well around Baltimore and D.C. And we're going to see some snowfall totals that are very impressive. In fact, we've seen the records. The records will continue to fall by the wayside as this storm system moves up the eastern seaboard. I mean, basically, this is the storm that is going to beat all-time records all over the place. A very powerful storm, one of the most powerful storms we've seen probably in this century as it continues to move north and east. So we'll continue to see 2 to 4 feet of snow in some locations. I mean, paralyzing the entire area. The best advice I can give you right now is just sit tight, sit at home, stay with us here at the Weather Channel off and on throughout the daytime hours. We'll keep you updated on the storm because indeed it is very intense, and it is not advised to get out on the roadways because more than likely your car's not going to make it very far. Then you'll have to get out in the wind and the snow, and that could lead to some troubles there. All right, blizzard conditions then will continue right on through to the Gulf Coast states. We are seeing some snows in Panama City continue around to Pensacola and Tallahassee as well. So spring breakers have got to take a break from the beach today and, of course, get out there and enjoy the snow. And that's going to continue all the way up into the northeast as we head even into tonight and tomorrow morning. We'll see the snows start to shift their way into the northeast. Parts of Vermont and Maine will start to see the snow. We're already seeing snow in parts of Vermont and New Hampshire at this hour. So that shows how far north the moisture is working when the low pressure center is still so far to the south. So stay with us here at the Weather Channel. We are going to keep you updated on this major storm.